God damn it! I just started recording, asshole.
And that makes 2 bodies for Reese.
Okay, fine. We'll just start there. Screw it. So,
What's Adam Rose thinking?
hi everybody. Welcome to the OA Wrestling Podcast, the post-payback edition. I am your main host. I am Suki, and I don't know. I don't know. I was trying to figure out some way to work in the fact that that DDP just followed me on Twitter,
Sweet.
but I don't know. So wait, what?
I'm looking at more Wrestling Observer awards. It's like best gimmick, Matt Hardy as a self-help guru.
Oh yeah, the version 1 stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that was version 1? Shit.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. He was like that was the whole thing that got Shannon Moore in there, is that he was like a follower of the whole version 1 thing because he was trying to help improve his life.
He was a managing follower, aka an MFer.
Oh yes. If only I could find that damn Velocity footage from back in 2001 where I am clearly visible after Matt Hardy wins the match.
Anyway, are we still doing introductions?
Yeah. Sorry, wow. Already sidetracked on the show, dude. This is starting off great. So basically, everybody's kind of had their voices out there, but let's go ahead and get the formal introductions out of the way. Joining me this week, I'm going right to left on my Skype screen. So first up is Chef Joe.
Oh, I'm first for once. Hey, how's it going?
Yep. Joining us this week for, I don't remember the last time you were here, but RVD.
It's been a while, and since then I've decided to lose weight, and I've actually got DDP yoga, and it's working like a wonder.
Huh? That makes 2 of us on that.
I'm going to send you guys some of my smooth recipes. They might help out.
Yeah. But and finally up this week we have Cole.
I just found out if you go on Twitter and you message Goldust, you say anything about Black Rain, he'll block you. I'm not kidding.
Oh, that's great.
If you tweet anything to him about Black Rain, he'll fucking block you.
Alright, I'll put that as a note of things not to do.
But
Does anybody remember that?
I kind of.
I remember seeing it back in TNA for those episodes, but whew, all I can say is Dustin, he gained a lot of weight for that role.
He was also that was back when he was a druggie.
Let's see. So, yeah. But I guess Reese, since you brought it up, how long you been on the program?
I just started like 2 weeks ago. I've been trying to push my way up. Like I haven't started I made a mistake starting with the morning stretches, and that kicked my ass so hard. It was awful.
Wait, do you mean just the wake up routine?
Yeah,
That's one of the easiest routines.
I am that out of shape.
Wow, because it's like I did that, and I mean I just did that, and honestly it worked really good. It was just getting me energy for the day. It actually woke me up. Then I actually started just straight up on the pretty much the beginner route because I was new to it, so I just went through it. But yeah, so I mean I'm already doing like 3 times a week. Well, this week I think it's two of the fat burner workouts, and then I think I start Red Hot Core this week.
Oh Jesus Christ, you're going to get hurt.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, as far as the nutrition guy, I mean, as far as portioning and stuff, I haven't exactly been that good on portioning. But I mean, I've been doing my best to pretty much avoid just all the don't foods and things. And I mean, hell, I just posted up my status. I mean, I'm 30 days in. I'm 10 pounds down.
Nice. Basically, what I've learned is from other people who are telling me info how to lose weight. The most important thing you need to do is learn how to control your diet. Like, I've been told I should do 6 small meals every couple hours. From that alone, I've lost like 7 to 9 pounds on diet alone.
So
Mr.
obviously,
You can ask something?
Yeah.
oh,
Just real quick, how long until DDP offers you a chance to live in his mansion?
that I'm nowhere near that condition to where I would need that.
I'm just kind of curious if you could somehow get DDP on the podcast. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no.
We don't have $1,000 to spend.
Is that how much you
Well, I'm
cost?
from New Jersey. I'm from Jersey.
But DDP lives in Atlanta, around the Atlanta
He
area.
lives in Marietta, yeah.
He's from Point Pleasant.
Yeah. And Rob Van Dam was originally from Battle Creek, Michigan, but he lives in LA right now.
Surprised not Colorado.
Huh?
Weed.
Anyway, so what's on the
You
docket?
know what? Can I say something right now about that? Sorry, Reese, real quick. I have one more joke. I'm surprised that RVD wasn't a text on Amber Asylum because he would have brought his own pot and plant.
Okay, well,
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Hashtag that's our call.
yeah, and I apologize for the post-production version of this, but apparently XSplit's volume has been down for almost this entire time.
God damn it.
So yeah, so basically everybody except me is apparently soft at the beginning here, but I'm assuming it'll probably just be the first part of this podcast that things will just sound weird in post.
I'll see what I could do with the.
Yeah, it should just
adjustment.
be simple volume adjustment, really.
Yeah. I'll see what I could do here.
Okay, but anyway, so yeah, we definitely do have things to talk about, and I don't know, should we start with Payback or should we do that later and kind of go more news stuff?
I feel like Payback's more recent.
True, yeah, because we got some stuff to go over. So, all right, so Payback. Here's my overall view of the show, and this is after going back and kind of rewatching it, and then also kind of just watching a lot of the stuff that came out after it, and just a lot of the fan stuff, things like that. And wow, I think I'm starting to become Adam from What Culture at this point, because
Why?
I think what he said about the show, it kind of just really rounds it out. Payback was a really good wrestling pay-per-view. Like the wrestling on the show was actually was really good. I can't really point out a bad match on the show. But as far as storyline, it kind of came up short.
Disappointing.
Yeah. If you were to just look at this show as on its own, no storylines, just the matches on their own, you had some really quality stuff there. One exception, but storyline wise, it didn't do like it because I don't know. It's like Payback obviously is supposed to be set up as like the new Backlash. The whole thing about Backlash back in the day was that it felt like coming off of Mania, this was the first chance to really do some major stuff after Mania. Like, I get
That
where...
doesn't make sense to me. The name Backlash, the name Payback, makes me think of, okay, we're gonna have more of the same feuds from WrestleMania because it's Payback. It's you might have beat me at Mania. Now it's time for Payback. The only thing that returned from Mania was Ryback Kalisto.
Yeah, but I mean the whole thing is that coming out of Mania 2, because they really enforced it this year, was the fact that we're supposed to be starting a new direction for the next year. Like, very much after Mania, it's almost like a reset. In a way.
Yeah, they
like,
have the season. Yeah.
Yeah, there's obviously some things that bleed over that have to wrap up, but in general, we're supposed to be seeing the start towards like the next year story, like essentially. But it's yeah.
You're
But and for the most part, we did kind of get that because a lot of the stuff was fairly new things. I mean, hell, even if the match got cut off because of unfortunate circumstances, we had Enzo and Cass versus the Vaudevillains. We had two just recently called up tag teams competing for #1 contendership. We had, you had the women's title. You had Charlotte versus Natalya, which sure it's been seen on network specials before and back in NXT, but now you had it as technically a main event on a pay-per-view. I can consider it like basically I can
except the other matches were better.
Yeah. Well, okay, the ending of the women's title match it was bad. Overall, the match itself I thought was good.
Can I just say one thing in regards to the thing I hate the most about hearing this type of shit is, do you remember how fucking like insane the Montreal Screwjob was? Not only in the annals of history, but at the time. Do you know how big of a fucking deal it was?
Yeah, because it was one of the biggest examples of basically backstage politics just all of a sudden got majorly inserted right into our face.
Not only that, it was pretty much the defining moment of the death of kayfabe, in a sense. This wasn't just like a small event that could be just brushed aside. This was a complete watershed moment in the history of pro wrestling. And WWE, I don't know why they feel the need to do this. Every time they have a situation like this, they feel the need to turn it into a joke. It's crazy to me that they can take this impactful moment in like wrestling history and turn it into a running joke. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because I mean, it's the fact that I think it's the fact that it was the same style of finish. Like, if they had just gone with the whole Charles Robinson, working with Ric Flair thing, that's fine. They found a way to precedent that. They brought up the old WCW footage.
Yeah, they did.
God, no.
But I mean, yeah, I would have been fine if this was Charles Robinson screwing over Natalya by basically doing like a fast count or something like that. Doing something like that, not basically just a complete repeat of the screw job. But
the problem with it, though, is that for me, it came out of nowhere. Like, there was no hint to what, and you could say, "Oh, no one saw this job coming either." But the thing is, like, they had to literally show us that. Don't you remember, John, that 20 years ago, this was Charles Robinson coming out in the robe. I'm like, you can't fucking do that.
No,
you can't just say out of nowhere.
No, I think the idea behind this was you get the shock there. Now I think the whole thing with Charles Robinson, it might play more into the coming feud.
Yeah, just got to give it time.
Okay. So I think that was the idea. Was here's the shock of the screw. And now it's now basically he's, Charles Robinson. I understand we're talking about WB here, and more than likely now Charles Robinson's just going to sort of go away, and it is going to be pointless. But I would hope that for storyline's sake that he kind of sticks around, and it's don't do a repeat of him becoming personal referee thing. Don't do that. But
yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like kind of do a more successful version of kind of what they tried to do with Eva Marie in NXT.
That's what I mean, though. This is the second time that Robinson's been a heel, like, referee. So is he a heel referee? Is this now a thing, whether it's face and heel referees? Like, where's fucking Patrick? Neil Patrick?
Yeah. Yeah, I have no problem because that's the thing. I have no problem with the referees becoming part of the storyline. I mean, some guys can really can work into it just fine. Honestly, like
Look at Maddox.
yeah, back when he was with WWF/E, Earl Hebner was freaking great at doing that when they needed him to.
Mm-hmm.
Minus the whole thing where he had minus the whole thing with the twin brother angle from way back in the day, but.
And selling fake T-shirts.
Yeah, that thing, but but still, that's the thing. Earl Hebner was one of the most loved refs, just because of the fact that if he wanted to, he'd be right there in the middle of it. He was one of the guys that I always remember the whole thing of. He was the one referee that if wrestlers tried to put their hands on him, he didn't disqualify them. He basically got it right back at them. Yeah, but anyway, so let's see. I guess if you guys have anything else to say, go ahead and talk about it real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, what about the pay-per-view?
Yeah, I guess so. You can go.
Pretty much, I'm on the same point as Suki. It had good wrestling, but the storylines was just...
Yeah, it had good wrestling, and I'm going to say right now, as soon as my boy got knocked the fuck out, I was just super out of it. Because literally, that was the point where I just went, yeah, that's what I get for having my hopes up. It's no one's fault. It's just literally like, why him? Why couldn't it be Jey Uso? Why couldn't it be anyone else?
Oh, right, your boy, Enzo.
And I don't like to say, man, I really wish this dude got a severe concussion. But it's like, why did it have to be Enzo? Why?
It can happen to anyone, that's all I'm going to say. But let's keep in mind that Enzo, he is out of the hospital. More than likely, he's just going to take like a couple weeks off, and hopefully he'll be back. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't know how long Here's the thing, this is his second injury. And here's the thing.
Second injury, yeah, okay. Cole, some of us may not know that. So, what was his first injury?
His first injury was in NXT, and it wasn't a concussion. At least, I don't know if I don't remember he had a concussion in NXT.
It was the broken
But I
leg.
remember in NXT, he broke his leg. And he was out for months. But the thing was, it gave Cass time to develop as a character. And that's why I love Cass so much, because he had singles feuds. He was like pushed. It was good. I'm worried though that the same's not going to happen here, because Vince McMahon might just go. When fucking teams break up, unfortunately, I don't see good coming of a singles career. And that's what I'm worried about. And then they're going to put them back together like nothing happened, and it's not going to work. And I'm scared.
But keep in mind, Cole, concussions, they typically heal much quicker than like a broken leg or a torn muscle. So, and so
Dolph Ziggler was out for like 3 months.
Nah, I don't recall that.
Do you remember when Jack Swagger, aka the King of Injuring People, like kicked Dolph Ziggler in the head with the ladder?
Yeah, I remember that, but I don't think it was 3 months.
I thought it was like 3 months.
Well, you thought wrong, Cole.
Yo, Reese, you were a Dolph Ziggler mark. Do you remember how long he was out?
Ziggler for concussion?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I kind of heard a little.
Suki, I'm sorry to jump to ask you this real quick, but do you remember when Jack Swagger kicked Dolph Ziggler in the head with the ladder?
I do, but I don't remember how long Ziggler was out.
I swear, but yeah, like the thing is, like that was a serious concussion. Apparently, Enzo has a serious concussion. Now I'm fucking worried.
Yeah.
Because like it's going to affect Cass, and I want Cass to do well, but I don't know what's going to happen.
Cole, I mentioned this to you. I think it might have been last night. Cass is going to be fine. He has the mic. He has the mic talent to go, and and as far as his look, he's Vince McMahon's wet dream for a star.
The only thing missing is just the
Also-
muscles of Ryback, which we'll get to eventually.
keep in mind, Colin is also dating Carmella, so he's in good shape.
Ah.
Wait, what?
You didn't know that?
Out of all the
No.
people, I thought you would have known Cole.
No,
Cool.
I actually really didn't. I
Cool.
thought I knew that she was dating someone in NXT. I didn't know it was Cass.
Wait, Cole, you didn't watch Breaking Ground?
No.
Oh, because that was pretty much made obvious during Breaking Ground.
No, I didn't watch Breaking Ground. I only saw clips when you mentioned
Yeah,
them.
dude, they live
such
together.
as like a Drifter.
Yeah.
Like I watched the last episode with like the Drifter and Tyler Breeze getting called up. I haven't actually watched it.
Yeah. But yeah, they yeah, Carmella and Cass live together.
Oh, that's nice. I know Emma and Zack Ryder are a thing.
Yeah, I'm still wondering, like,
And
I'm still wondering what
I know
the.
Alexa Bliss is like. Sorry.
Oh,
Right.
no, go ahead.
I said I know Alexa Bliss has basically fucked everyone on the roster and managerial staff. Apparently.
I didn't hear any.
Go ahead.
But
She's apparently a ring rat.
But let's see. So, and as far I was kind of hearing that earlier, we were talking about like when tag teams split up and stuff like that. As far as if tag teams split, I mean, usually, there's pretty much two reasons. Well, there's three reasons for it. One, somebody feels like the gimmick's old and needs to shift. Two, one guy is obviously the bigger talent and should be pushed on his own. Mm-hmm. Or the third one, pretty much both guys have potential. Maybe both guys just want to pursue singles career. At least that's the way I view it. So
You do got a point there, Suki.
So places that goes where the teams are broken up because the feud is or the gimmick is not working or it's worn out. AKA League of Nations just recently.
Yeah.
That was gone.
Although I'll say this, someone mentioned Reverend Devon, which I have to say the only reason I remember him is because that was how Batista came about.
Yeah. But
not to mention, I think one of the Usos they had an injury recently, and the other one decided to do a little commentary for a little bit, and then they came back together. So let's keep in mind that. So this is just a temporary thing.
yeah, and also here's the thing: he should be damn glad the other guy came back. He sucked at commentary.
Yeah, really.
God.
And he needed that paycheck, Suki.
Yeah. Oh God. But anyway, like
do you remember how he would like call matches and just miss? Even though he's a wrestler, he would accidentally say moves.
Oh God.
He's good at creating performing the moves. He's just not good at calling them.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else we got here.
Okay, so sorry. The second thing though, I kind of wanted to go through just one example of each one. So the second one where I talk about like one guy is obviously the bigger star. There's an obvious example there, and it's the one that everybody goes to: Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, the Rockers.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels was obviously going to be the bigger star, so and as long as he was still in the tag team, it wasn't going to happen. So they had to break it up, and he went off.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of another example of that.
Which one are you thinking of?
I'm thinking a little bit.
I actually think the Hardy Boys.
I can kind of see that. Jeff had a little bit
Jeff was the
of
bigger
more
star.
of a push, but Matt still had somewhat of a decent one. I mean, hell, look at him in TNA right now. Even though that's probably not the best example right there, but still.
Yeah. But the third one I was thinking of, where both guys could be stars on something like that. I kind of look back to Edge and Christian there.
That one I agree with.
Because honestly, both Edge and Christian had very solid careers. Obviously, Edge had the better career. We can agree on that.
Yeah, and would you say the trying to remember. God damn it! Why am I Bradshaw and Farag? I'm trying to Farouk. Thank you.
I think that one came out of pushing JBL more.
Yeah, But granted,
Also, at that
Farouk
point-
had a bit of he had a good career before APA.
Yeah, it's pretty much like fucking Ron Simmons was supposed to be Junkyard Dog Light in WCW, won the heavyweight championship, and that pretty much all that was just a push for JBL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn.
But
Yeah. He ended with damn.
okay. Anyway, I think
Payback.
so. I think we. I guess the only other thing really to talk about with Payback is let's go ahead and talk about main event. Honestly, I think this was. I think definitely this year. I'm not sure. I can't. Not really sure how far back into last year I can say this, but I think this was Roman's best match.
In a way,
Match.
it was a good match, and it kind of gives us a little bit of an idea of like what we're gonna get from Stephanie and Shane, probably down the road a little bit too.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was fine, and then. But like here's kind of the one problem I had with the finish, and I actually don't have a problem that Reigns won clean.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'm a little disappointed that we haven't gotten that it didn't like once again we were talking about the storyline stuff. I was really hoping that we got it like an official turn between one of the guys. Neither guy turned.
Yeah.
Nope.
But
Nothing happened.
Yeah, I mean all we got was confirmation that Gallows and Anderson are kind of assholes, but.
Yeah,
but that's about it. So they went back and forth with all this, the whole no count out, then no DQ, and I mean there was forearm after forearm, there was Superman punch, there was all this stuff attempted, the 450 was done, all this stuff they kicked out of all of that, and then one spear and AJ went down.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what bothers me is that basically WWE is pretty much putting the phenomenal forearm as being AJ Styles' current finishing move because they don't trust their own talent to be able to work with the Styles Clash.
I mean, I understand it though.
God, freaking stupid people that can't understand. Just keep your fucking head up.
Suki, I understand where you're coming from, but look at it like this. Gasoline is a safe liquid as long as you don't light a flame around it. But you're still going to call it like a dangerous liquid. But you're still going to call it dangerous.
Cole, you can't drink gasoline. It's pretty bad for your health.
You know what I mean, though? It's like it's safe to be around, as long as you don't put it in your mouth or light a flame around it. That's how I view the Styles Clash, where it's a safe move, and you can do it, but it's still dangerous. So let's try and not fuck around with it.
Yeah, but
you can say the same thing with my knives. Anyway,
So that was kind of my one thing is that, and obviously, as far as it being the finish and having a problem with it, it is much less of an issue for me that being the finish than obviously we talked about the whole let's bring back up the screw job thing.
Ah, man.
Yeah. So obviously this finish was better, but it still had issues. That's what I can say. It was a good finish, just a minor issue, really. So let's see. But
talk about back real quick.
Say what?
Do you have anything to say about the main event, Chef, real quick?
The only thing I got to say is, well, we got a new OAW champion out of the pay-per-view. Then also, we forgot for the past few shows, we didn't mention who won the WrestleMania show. So I just want to say, Reese, he were the winner from... I don't think we did. I didn't do my usual shtick by saying that here's the winner in the new OAW champion Reese thing, But, well, it's a new pay-per-view, and I just gotta say it. Here's your winner and the new Otaku Ascended Champion! Me.
Can we talk about the pre-show now?
Oh, what?
That.
Payback pre. Oh, yeah. So okay, so So, Payback pre-show, first of all, we all got completely caught off guard by, for some reason, we all forgot Baron Corbin and, I don't know, I think a lot of us forgot Baron Corbin and Ziggler were having their match on the pre-show.
Yeah, we forgot that too.
It wasn't supposed to be on the pre-show. It was booked for the main show, but got moved.
Oh, man.
And, okay, quick note on that. Why the fuck did Baron Corbin lose his first pay-per-view?
Vince McMahon logic, that's all I'm gonna say.
See you on Superstars, Baron.
But okay, so we had that match, and for basically pretty much a less than 10-minute match, Corbin and Ziggler did all right. So, but so we had that,
You're
and
right.
then we had the U.S. title match, which is apparently the U.S. title is getting used to being on the pre-show. And so we had.
I was waiting for the. No, I understand why they're doing the pre-show. Like, maybe they're trying to make people want to watch the pre-show because they have a good champion. But if Cena was still a champion, this shit would not be happening.
True. But so it was Kalisto versus Ryback, or pretty much the rematch from Mania, which they didn't build this they built this worse than they did the Mania match. Because there was no build.
Raw at all.
There was absolutely no build. It was just like, oh my god. But so two things that like, okay, first of all, so Kalisto wins. That's a big thing. But the two things that I took out of this well, I guess it's wrapped into one, is that Ryback immediately went for that instant Chicago heat. Because he comes out and he pretty much mocks CM Punk's entrance.
Mock or foreshadow?
It's kind of maybe both.
Yeah, but it's that, and then of course he was wearing that weightlifting belt, and on the back it said the pre-show stopper,
which is fucking amazing.
Genius.
Yeah. God, it's funny how sometimes the best stuff for wrestlers' characters comes out of when they're extremely frustrated.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I mean, think about it. That's essentially how Punk got his real big push in the company. Because he pretty much got fed up, went out, cut the promo, and immediately became the what the crowd wanted. So,
All right then.
Yeah. But anyway, so basically,
Yeah,
I get it. You want to run this into pretty much a story involving Ryback that came out of the next night on Raw, and that would be the fact that Ryback didn't exactly he showed up to Raw, but he didn't stick around.
Yeah. First, I kind of start off when he was at Payback. First, he did one thing that Vince McMahon does not want anyone from his company to do, and reference CM Punk and pretty much get the crowd to react to that. And obviously,
What time is it? It's feeding time.
yeah, but oh man, the crowd really booed at that. And also, I could just picture Vince McMahon just pulling his hair in the back, and he's like, "What's he doing? Damn it!" And of course, after that, Ryback was asked if he could go home.
No, that's not it.
Actually, that's what news sources said.
No, he was sent home from Raw because while in the back they were having contract negotiations. Apparently, they went really bad.
Oh, right. His contract was
negotiation.
his contract is
I
up in the summer.
I heard that he released a statement on Twitter. Did you read it?
No, I
it
didn't
was
see the
on
statement.
Tumblr.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Alright, so, yeah, he released something, and what it said was that, alright, I've been trying to negotiate my contract since Mania. It's been a process, but me and Vince, we're trying to figure out ways to go with my character, and I left on my own because they didn't force me to leave. They said, go home we'll figure something out. He basically just said that it wasn't as like bad as people were saying it was, but he said they might release me. I don't know, because his entire thing is also that he thinks talent should be paid equally. That was also a big thing that he said in his letter. But
So
most
wait.
people just said that he's been fighting.
So he thinks that a guy that just comes in, that like somebody just up out of developmental, no matter how good they are, like Enzo and Cass are just getting into the main roster. Obviously, there's a place they got to start. So he thinks that should be paid. That those people should be paid the same as John Cena, who has been there for years, who has been very loyal to the company, who does all this shit outside the ring for the company, does all this other work, thinks that those should be paid the same.
I don't know if he means developmental. What he was saying in his letter was this, and I'm gonna paraphrase it. We all go out there, we all put our bodies on the line. We all do this. Wrestling is predetermined. We all fuck.
I have the whole thing right in front of me.
Please do it. I know I don't want to butcher his thing and make it sound like it's bad, because I thought it was pretty good. So go ahead.
I think
you can read it.
What he's saying is that for the people that work hard and actually get better, there's no place to go up. Like even if you've been there for 10 years, you've been a reliable person to work with. I think he mentioned Heath Slater a bit. He's a guy who's been working for 10 years now, 6 years now. He's been a great hand to use as a jobber. And I'm not saying that everyone should be paid equally, but everybody should have the chance to be paid equally based on their work ethic and their skill. He sounds a little bit like he wants to unionize wrestling.
Wow, you think? Wow, out of all the people, I wouldn't expect that from Ryback. That's something that CM Punk was trying to do back when he was in.
Which is really scary when you think about it, because on Colt Cabana's podcast, fucking CM Punk blasted Ryback for being a meat-headed piece of shit. But Ryback is coming out. Okay, Ryback came out of Payback using CM Punk's entrance. Ryback asked if he could go home. Ryback is probably going to be released before his contract, his contract will run out and probably will be fired on his last day, and he's coming out saying all of this shit. This isn't just where Ryback is making fun of CM Punk. No, Ryback is CM Punk.
Wow. Just imagine now we're going to have people be chanting "Feed Me More" now, along with CM Punk.
So here's what's going to happen. CM Punk's first match is going to come up, and he's going to come out, and all of a sudden Skip Sheffield's with him.
Yeah, he's in the crowd supporting him. Wow,
he's always his manager.
Jeez, wow.
But I will say, by the sounds of what Ryback is saying, he sounds less like Ryback and more like Bernie Sanders.
I was going to reference Jesse Ventura because I remember he tried to unionize wrestling back in the 80s.
Yeah, but Vince and Hogan shot that down because Hogan ratted him out. According to Jesse.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's all speculation, but
it kind of does make sense a little bit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, here's the thing. Back at that point, I mean, it probably would have been. It would definitely have been harder, I think, to unionize because you. Well, actually, I don't know. It might have been easier to unionize back in the territory days because I mean, guys went between territories all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Though I will say right now, it's actually I think Mexico passed a law in which wrestlers have to unionize now. There's a union in Lucha. Don't quote me on that. I don't know specifics about that, but I know there is union wrestlers down in Mexico. So I don't think it would be that hard to unionize wrestlers in America, though.
Dario Cuello must be pissed.
Yeah, but from what is known is that Ryback saying all this stuff is not going to endear himself to the higher-ups in the company, and since he did request to be taken off TV indefinitely, he's probably going to remain off TV indefinitely.
I think also it's very interesting to see how he did this after Adam Rose had his whole thing. And we didn't talk about that much, but when Adam Rose got sent off TV, I think after we talked about it on the podcast, and then a few days later he released a statement on Twitter basically saying that I don't want my kids who they're going to know I did heroin. I don't want them to think I got suspended for the wrong reasons. And he said, I'm not back on heroin. I took legal prescriptions. My doctor's as confused as I am. Why am I being suspended? And basically just saying, I don't know what's going on. This isn't fair. And he even said his thing, I might be fired. I don't care. I just need to clear the air. I'm finding it interesting that more people are coming out like this.
By the way,
because basically, here's the thing. Sorry, I had to swallow. So I'm eating at the same time. So sorry. But like here's the whole thing. Is like pretty much it's the whole thing where inside the wrestling world, I think a lot of fans, like a lot of hardcore fans, know that the WB system is broken.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But the problem is pretty much getting it out there to the point that the company has to straight up address how broken it is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you go ahead, Risa. You go first, and I'll go next.
I also find it kind of like worrisome that all of these wrestlers have announced they're taking their leave of absence in 2016. Like, we have Brie Bella announce her retirement. We have Daniel Bryan announcing his retirement, though that's no fault of anyone, not even WWE. And then we have King Barrett announcing his, leaving of WWE. Now we have Ryback taking his... What?
I didn't want you to say retirement of Barrett, because Barrett's not retiring. He's just, leaving the company.
Yeah, he's leaving.
That's what Ray said.
And now we possibly have Adam Rose leaving. And did you guys hear what drug he was taking that caused WWE to flip their shit?
I'm gonna guess marijuana.
It was Adderall XR.
That's like an easy prescription you should get from your psychiatrist.
He said his doctor's prescribed it, and he doesn't know why it's suspended.
Yeah, Adam Rose apparently was diagnosed with ADHD and had been taking that for over a year with the knowledge of WWE.
Wow, that is just wow. There's something's broken there. If you got suspended for that.
And not only that, he has to have a doctor's note sent to WWE, and he posted it on Twitter.
Wow.
Neon lights. Nobel Prize.
You know what? Okay.
When that leader speaks, that leader gets fired.
Yeah, I kind of want to move on to something a little different. Okay, so basically, yeah, the system is broken with WWE, and in a way, I kind of feel like things might get better once Vince McMahon actually steps down or kicks a bucket and and Stephanie takes over, and they'll probably be more, I guess, organized and more fair with the wrestlers. Now, next thing is, speaking of wrestlers, and honestly, ironically, something with drugs, we lost a legend this past week.
Yeah,
a pioneer in women's wrestling.
Pretty much one of the women that brought to the mainstream the idea that that women could be treated on equal ground as the guys on the roster.
Mm-hmm. The first female intercontinental champion and the first female to enter the Royal Rumble, Chyna. She had a great start, and she went to crumble. Her career just crumbled after she left, in a way.
It's kind of hard to talk about Chyna because I don't have any personal feelings towards her. Like, I have no opinion of her one way or the other. But the thing I'm really upset about is the fact, how much she actually pioneered in the way of female wrestling. Not only, I may not have liked her as a person or as a wrestler, there is no doubt that influenced a lot in the world of professional wrestling. Like the idea of intergender matches. Without that, Lucha Underground wouldn't have those. It was also the sense that a woman can be taken as seriously as a man in the United States, while Japan and Mexico had different women to step up to that plate. There was no one really in the U.S. like that, unless you counted like Medusa or, yeah, pretty much you only had Medusa, and even then she was restricted to only women's wrestling. But you have China, who came out like a genetic freak, beating the shit out of guys. It did give a sense of seriousness to female wrestling, especially in an era where most women's wrestling was seen as more eye candy spectacles than anything else, with pudding matches and bra and panties matches. So while I am not the biggest fan of China personally, I will always see her as a giant proponent for like a more respectable idea of women's wrestling. Plus, her pornos were hot.
Yeah,
They were.
Yeah, she did. Her cover on Playboy was one of the top sellers of all time, and I do remember she was such a big icon. Hell, I remember her Celebrity Deathmatch appearance on Celebrity Deathmatch, where she fought Albert Einstein and won.
But
there's also something interesting. Real quick, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, because another thing to bring up there is you talk about the fact kind of legitimate. She helped to kind of bring up that idea of kind of more legitimate women's wrestling. At the same time, she also pardon me, she also pretty much opened the door for once again we're talking about like what women in wrestling normally looked like, like what wrestling was like. Think about what most women in wrestling looked like too. They were petite women. They weren't they weren't they didn't have that much of physique, but they were still expected to perform in the ring, things like that. Well, China comes in, and think about in the U.S. what that opened up the opportunity to. I would say Awesome Kong / Karma probably wouldn't have had a chance of a career without China.
Oh yeah.
I mean, currently right now in NXT, do you think Nia Jax would have had a shot?
Probably not.
No.
And I mean, you can even look at the other way. Like I mean, it basically put out there that hey, they don't have to be this perfect height or perfect size. You can pretty much be one extreme, the other, or anywhere in between.
Yeah.
I mean, freaking hell! Just look at the girl that just had her first her first TV match for NXT, that Aaliyah chick, who's 19 by the way, or 20 I think now.
She's 19.
Wow.
She's younger than me.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she pretty much she got out of school and immediately got into the Performance Center.
Wow, good for her.
I think she might be 20 because I seem to remember she was 19 during the taping of Breaking Ground.
Mm.
But
She might be younger than me, and that's fucking horrifying.
But yeah,
Yeah,
but
I just kind of thought of something too. Do you think without China, do you think we wouldn't even see women like Beth Phoenix as well?
Beth Phoenix looked good.
Probably
I mean,
because
she was pretty muscular.
Yeah,
for-
Beth Phoenix was kind of a China light in a way.
Yeah.
China light.
Mainly because she did everything except the whole competing with men thing.
Well, she was in the
Except
Royal
that one
Rumble.
Royal
She was in the
Rumble.
Rumble once. That's about it.
Yeah. Oh, there's something else that I want to bring up. I know this is gonna sound weird to face it, but just roll with me. I'm very happy that when China passed, they had stopped using the word diva. Because you know for a fact that the second she died, they were going to say stuff like, she was the pioneering diva. And I think that's so untrue.
Yeah.
And I remember, when I was doing sports editorship, my newspaper, we have a thing called Around the Dorm, which is like the college version of Around the Horn. And one of the questions was, how do you think China will be remembered in WWE? And one of the answers I had to edit was him just saying how she was the model diva, and I said, I can't put this in because it's incorrect factuality.
Yeah.
But
during her time,
overall, like,
she didn't using the term diva when she was around. Yeah,
yeah, that was like a mid 2000s thing, right?
it was early '90s, early 2000s that she was around,
Yeah.
and I think the divas thing kind of came in around. I would say late 2000s, if you ask me.
Diva as far as like diva as far as being the official term for the women on the roster was think was pretty was it was around the mid 2000s. In fact, it was pretty much because of the brand split. Because when the brand split first happened, it was the WWF champion and it was whoever the undisputed champion was and the women's champion went between both shows.
Right.
And then at some point they decided, you know what? No, we're just gonna have women on both sides. So here's the women's championship on Raw and Divas title. We're gonna make up the Divas title. But I think it was a little bit before that when they started going with Divas. It was a little bit before that because I think before they got to that point was when we had like the Diva search and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And if I could say one more thing, it's that I'm kind of like Reese too, where I have nothing with or against China, because all I know her for is being that one woman who just did porn. But except I have to look back to see her performances. I will say though that there's a special place of the internet that waited for Stephanie McMahon to make her statement on Twitter, and how she was one of the first people just to boo her. That was a special moment. When the second she started saying something, they were like, "You fucking bitch."
Oh, China, she was one woman that did not drop it when it comes to Stephanie.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, rest in peace, China. That's all I'm gonna say. And let's see. On a lighter
You're
note,
like a fine China and just as fragile.
Yeah. On a lighter note, okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick up from here. Let's go ahead and go to a lighter note, and I do see it next on our list here. Brand new show to the WWE Network debuted.
Created by Seth Green, Camp WWE. And for some reason, I feel like Reese does not like it.
I'll say this. I am holding judgment until I see past episode 4, because
that's how anime works.
I so want to like this show, and episode 1 wasn't. I'm trying to be nice here. It wasn't the best start, I would say. There were some laughs, but for the most part, it was. I have to wait till episode 4.
Yeah. Am I the only one that thinks that Ric Flair is going to be the best part of this show?
Oh, absolutely.
That's great.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm sorry, and I just loved it where... I'll have to admit, okay, a good segment of the first episode is... Because the whole point of the first episode is that John Cena is feeling homesick and kind of wants to see his parents.
Right.
Which, by the way, I will say another good part of the episode is the whole thing where Triple H and Stephanie are trying to get the kids to calm down and stay at the camp, so they convince them that their parents are dead.
Yeah, and Undertaker was like, "They are."
But yeah, I'll come back to Undertaker later. He had another good moment, but
oh yeah,
But John Cena is like homesick, and Vince McMahon is really concerned about this because apparently, if the kids get homesick, they're going to want to go, and thus there's not going to be any campers, and suddenly Camp WB is not going to be a thing. Mm-hmm. So he has this really big concern about that. So in order to try and alleviate the situation, he sends Ric Flair out there to try and convince John how fun Camp WB is. By the way, apparently Ric Flair is the camp laundromat.
Well, you got to give him something to do.
Well, how else could you find someone who is better at doing laundry? I mean, those elbow drops really flatten out those clothes.
Yeah, they do. They do.
But
hey,
by the way,
he keeps those robes clean too, and he has to know something about laundry.
That was like the one insider joke that made me laugh my ass off. Like that was for the smarks. Like there's the other thing where like the road leading to WWE was called Dusty Road.
Yeah, it was called Dusty Road. Yeah,
But the elbow drops thing made me laugh my ass off.
yeah. But
Yeah, keep going, because you're probably gonna say my favorite joke.
here's the thing. Like Ric Flair in this whole episode, he had there was a couple of really great things. They basically flat out told you that he had sex with a bear not once but twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
He sitting there
And
in the
then cried.
like sitting there in the background while John Cena is just like still being moody, but all you can watch is Ric Flair humping a rock.
Yep.
And then finally you have Rick and John are sitting there, and they're going back and forth, and John Cena goes like, "Don't you miss your parents at all?" And then Ric Flair just stops and just sort of just does the 1,000-yard stare,
Yeah.
and then just immediately just goes, just starts crying.
Okay, Cole, shut up. We got it.
Yeah.
We get it.
Oh,
But
That's what he did.
by the way, that was like the worst. That was like the worst joke. That made me feel so uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it was
I'm on the
uncomfortable.
same point with you, Reese. It's kind of a reason why I'm not a fan of Modern Family Guy humor, because it kind of reminds me of that shit.
yeah, that the thing that worries me.
It doesn't write for Family Guy.
The thing that worries me about the show is that I can say this much so far while watching the show. The animation and the character design is boring as fuck. This is like the same generic adult show like animation and character designs you could see on Fox or fucking Netflix or shit like that.
It's
There's like
Brickleberry.
I wasn't going to be that rude, but if you insist. If the shoe fits, it is kind of Brickleberry.
I'm not being rude. It's the fucking art style of Brickleberry.
It does look a lot like Brickleberry, and that does worry me.
Ugh, I hate Brickleberry.
I just hope the show turns good because I fucking hated the first episode. Come on.
What I can say is, I mean,
Let's
it had
go
potential.
into the plot.
That's the best thing that I could say. I mean, there were some things that made me laugh, and in a way, I do remember seeing the clip where they were talking about making the WWE show, Can't WWE. Seth did mention like they're gonna pretty much focus a lot on Vince McMahon, and there was some stuff about Vince McMahon in that show that did make me laugh. Like in the beginning, where the tree entrance of Vince McMahon that they had right there, he's like, "Welcome to Can't WWE," and as the car was entering, the tree entrance just bit on the car, and he's like, "I'm not fucking done here, damn it." That, and of course his infinite line of, "Bro, I can't word this properly."
I'm sorry. Can I? I don't know if Sugi's gonna keep going with the plot right now, but I think my favorite gag in the entire show. It's like so dumb, but it works really well. It's right at the end, and I won't spoil how they got there. But John Cena's carrying Vince McMahon because his legs are not working, and all of a sudden Vince sees something and he just jumps up, and John Cena. He goes, "Wait, you can walk?" He goes, "Yeah, that was just work. I just want to teach you a lesson." And Vince and John goes, "Oh, what was the lesson?" And Vince just looks in and goes, and that's it. It was so dumb.
Yeah. By the way,
we all know what they're referencing.
Yeah. By the way, I like the other moment out of Undertaker that I really liked was just when he was conducting the funeral. And and he said, and like Triple H and Stephanie try to stop, or Stephanie tries to stop it, and Undertaker's like, "Can you just let me finish? I've got to finish this up, and Big Show's Jewish, so you have no idea how long that ceremony takes." But
There's a weird thing though in this show where Undertaker is younger than Triple H. That makes zero sense to me. That's so weird.
yeah, but I guess
I get what you're saying, but it's a cartoon universe, and this is just how they're structuring it.
I mean, it's what
Also,
it's.
you
I
all
mean,
know
yeah,
how
because I mean,
Triple
they
H
could have
fought,
gone.
right?
They could have gone either way. They could have made Undertaker as like a. They could have made Undertaker like pretty much a staff member, but I get the feeling that it might work better to have him on have him be there like with the other campers, because I think there's a better chance to
What
kind
about
of
Stone Cold?
yeah, but I mean, hell yeah, we got Stone Cold, which, by the way, Stone Cold alone, like, that's the funny thing is that, yeah, if you really don't want your kids exposed to bad language and shit, yeah, put your parental controls on, because this Captain BB does earn that TVMA. And the fact that this is
Just for him alone.
and the fact that it's not on actual TV means there's no censors.
Yay!
Well, although, and I will admit, I was actually at one point when Vince shows the like the little film about how home is horrible.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Home is terrible, and it's like what happens? The guy like goes inside, and the house just explodes.
Yep.
After he's like saying, you can get tits.
Yeah, because that was the whole thing. Is like she's sitting there. It's like I'll. It's like you'll get to do this, and I thought she was gonna take her shirt off.
Me too.
I thought so too.
I was like,
I thought
holy
so,
shit,
too.
are they actually gonna do this? And then she just bends over and just waves them. I'm like, oh, okay.
I got ripped off.
That's for Friday.
You know what I just realized though? We have Triple H and he's kind of a dumbass and everything, but if we don't get an episode where a teenage Shawn Michaels shows up and they're just there to raise hell, I'm sorry, they will not have gotten their full potential out of this.
I don't know about that.
Actually, you know what would be even better? Actually, I just realized, yeah, I think a better joke would be if Shawn Michaels shows up and he's actually just he's just completely straight-laced. Like, no, like, he's just, like, there's, like none of the gimmicks there. Like, he's actually the sensible one.
Yeah, it does fit Shawn Michaels if you ask me.
Yeah,
Though knowing him, he's probably not gonna he's not gonna do a voice for the show.
probably not.
No,
But then again,
none of them did except for Vince.
no, Vince provides his own voice. Rick provides his own voice. Sergeant
Yes.
Slaughter
Owen
is
Slaughter.
his own voice.
Yeah, and okay, who else? Godfather's gonna be providing his own voice. Jake the Snake is gonna be providing his own voice
Yeah.
too.
Triple H is going to be playing his dad.
Yeah, Quad.
Quad.
Yeah.
Is it weird that I buy my socks from a supermarket?
All right. Well, anyway, yeah. So, and do we know when?
I'll watch it.
Do we know when the episodes are gonna air? Because,
Well, technically they don't air.
Ever.
They just get released.
Okay, that's what I meant.
And
like,
I'm assuming since the first one, well, then again, a lot of their shows debut after their shows pretty much always debut after pay-per-views. So I don't know what their release schedule is going to be at this point, because I don't know if anybody can find that real quick, but I mean I'm guessing it would make sense if it was just every Sunday a new episode came out or something.
that's probably the
I
best
think-
bet.
Here's the.
Now, Cole.
I kind of think that they have no other episodes made at this point. Well, if you go back and look at the go ahead.
I just said
Well,
Uh,
Cole, here's the thing. You're talking about all the trailers and stuff. Yeah. Actually, there's well, because here's the thing. No, there's footage from other episodes. Because did we get the Ric Flair in the strip club scene?
yeah,
Yeah.
we did not see The Rock either.
Oh, fuck, we did. And also The Rock. You're right. My mistake. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and besides, we know there's voices recorded because part of the promotional materials was like Jake Roberts was in the voice studio doing his lines.
And I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they got some other legends to record stuff too.
Okay, so let's see here. So we go. Okay. Well. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, because I guess that's one other thing is that they Tails is saying that I think they had episodes made, but Punk was in them.
Oh, so they
Oh.
so they have to edit it out, or they're gonna have to deal with some negotiation with CM Punk.
All right. I looked it up. There are 5 episodes for Camp WWE that are going to air.
So it's gonna be they're gonna have a total of 6 episodes, and they're gonna see what comes out of it, I guess.
No, there's only 4 more episodes left.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I think there was also Hogan too. Like, they basically they had like 2 big things that completely kind of derailed, things in production on this. So
Do you,
keep
do
in
you want
mind, folks, animation takes a long time, so anything can happen.
do you want me to tell you the synopsis for the next few episodes?
let's just go with
yeah,
episode.
why-
Let's go with episode 2.
All right, episode 2. Not without my eyebrow. Panic ensues after someone shaves off The Rock's eyebrow, and Ric Flair is tasked with helping the Great One regain his mojo.
Oh, that sounds so stupid, but yet it kind of works in a way.
Also, apparently Bray Wyatt will be making an appearance.
Oh,
God.
oh, for some reason I feel like he's gonna be somehow involved with like telling a scary story or something.
No, that was Edge and Christian show.
Oh. I think that's actually
Which
tonight's
yeah,
episode.
that was but yeah, if go find the latest episode of Edge and Christian show that reeks of awesomeness, and just listen to Bray Wyatt tell the most demented version of the 3 Bears ever. Because apparently bears have class, thus because they drive Cadillacs and stuff like that. And Goldilocks is an evil child.
Can someone get the writers at the Edge of Christian show to Camp WWE, because I feel like they should be promoted and go there.
Hey, real quick, you mentioned Hulk Hogan before. Feels though we have better news about Mr. Terry Bollea.
Yeah, he's pretty much gonna drain more life out of Gawker.
Didn't he already get more money from them than they're actually worth?
Yeah,
He's
essentially,
just gonna
but
Kill them.
it kind of doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, you already won all this money, so it's like Terry, come on, you won the day, so go ahead and enjoy the rest of your life until you die. Like,
No,
knows,
no,
man?
you don't understand. He's got to get an additional amount of money so that way he can try Pastamania again.
oh god.
Actually, I think it's kind of like WCW all over again. He just doesn't want money.
All right. So
Next.
what is the nature of this new one?
I have
It's
no
for the
idea.
racist tirade.
Oh, is
It's
it?
for like leaking the racist tirade.
Ah,
Oh, that.
yep. So, okay. So I
Pretty
guess
much
we'll
says
see.
this for herself.
I guess we'll see how that. I guess we'll see how that develops. So, yeah. So another.
Hogan's reward is like a penny.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then I guess we'll make this the last thing we talk about tonight. So we had pretty much broken by WB. Apparently not letting it. I guess. Well, then again, I guess it's one of those things where they knew people were going to leak it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So they decided to just beat everybody to the punch. And at the most recent NXT tapings, back down at Full Sail, we had another debut, a surprise debut, really, because this is what there was absolutely no news of any negotiations or anything like that. It just, bam, he's there, and yeah, Eric Young is now in NXT. And well, here's the thing. If you look at the Twitter video that was released for it, it looks like the first thing he's going to get involved in is with our new NXT champion Samoa Joe. So
I can't
essentially,
get what they're going with, but,
so essentially, WB has decided we're going to
Yeah,
use NXT. We're going to use NXT to pretty much look at TNA and go, ha!
And it's just like, man, I just feel like there's gonna be like, just looking behind Eric Young is just like, Okay, who else is here now? You know?
Abyss, what are you doing here?
I'm just here to get some popcorn.
No, he's just literally in the crowd, just like lit, and that's all he's doing. Just I came for the show.
I kept, I get this. The problem is that see, Abyss would have been a good introduction to WWE back. I would say when it was a better chance for it to be like a legitimate feud with like Kane. Because that's exactly what he would be coming in as. He would pretty much be a Kane replacement.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, anyway, so Eric Young has debuted, and we'll see what they do with him in NXT. I mean, because the good thing with NXT is at this point I'm still seeing, we've got these names coming in, but especially with like the women's side right now, they're definitely bringing up the developmental talent again. So I mean, hell, in the last 3 weeks for NXT, how many girls made their TV taping debut?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, because you had Aaliyah was the most recent one. You had Terry Blanchard's daughter.
Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah,
She lost to Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, Tessa Blanchard made her debut. Trying to think, I know there was at least one other one. I can't remember who the fuck she was. Damn it! Now I just can't.
What's her name?
I can't remember now, but oh yeah, also seen in the last couple of weeks was the debut of a character that was being hyped up for a little while in NXT, and that was No Way Jose.
No.
Oh,
when?
Yeah, that guy.
Which
one thing I can
That's
say
a
about that guy,
definition of
he
an
has
NXT gimmick.
yeah, and I think I said this before about his debut. Well, I think in our group, No Way Jose, the guy playing the character and everything, you can just tell he bleeds charisma.
Yeah, this guy is
Physical charisma.
Yeah, and the crowd seems to love him too.
The crowd, I mean, he's like physically in the ring and stuff like that. Charisma-wise, he's got that. Mic skills, he hasn't talked yet, so I don't know. I can't make a judgment on that.
Okay, yeah.
And Tails, real quick, I think Tails was trying to say like I didn't say Aaliyah. I did say Aaliyah. That was the first person I said. Anyway, that was the first girl I said. Let me see but I mean, as far as his in-ring ability, I think he's solid. I think he's solidly in the ring. But he's solid in the ring. Probably, at least I'm giving him that because I'm going to say because it was his first TV taping match. Perhaps there was some nerves there, and maybe that caused him to look a little more stiff than he should have. I want to give him another match or two and see what happens when he gets more used to being out in front of the crowds, like that, or at least knowing that he's on TV. So I want to see that. I'll give him time to develop that. Now, the only thing that I don't know, I get how it's a finisher, but it's like, The whole thing where like I get and I like the setup to it where it's the whole baseball thing, but then it's just it's just a double axe handle into the guy, or something like that. I think I remember going on Reddit, and I think I agree. I think the improvement to it would be same setup, but instead of it being like the axe handle into the chest, go with a clothesline.
Yeah, though it could be just be something for now until they find something better. If you ask me.
Yeah, because honestly, I can see if he wants to do this, I can see it more as like a signature setup.
Mm-hmm.
Like he does this move, and then the finisher's coming next.
Yeah, kind of like the Lion Salt with Jericho or something like that.
I will say this about No Way Jose. In the year of our Lord 2016, the motherfucker busted out an airplane spin.
You know what? That's true.
So good.
And airplane spin in 2016. This man is above any and all criticisms we will throw at him.
Also, his theme song's pretty good.
Yeah.
Airplane spin.
We haven't seen that move since. Oh God, do we dare mention his name? Eugene.
But yeah, so, oh, all right then. Well, I think we've spent enough time on trying to catch up here and trying to go through honestly what was kind of a lot to really kind of go over. But let me see, because I'm trying to think if there's anything else. But only thing I can think of is that you know what? Let's get back to Raw for a moment. Is anybody else confused on where AJ Styles and Roman Reigns is still setting up to?
You're not the only one, Suki.
Because, like, neither one turned from at Payback, but now we've got AJ Styles. So Gallows and Anderson come into the ring with a chair, and they're like, hey, beat up Roman with the chair. Beat up Roman with the chair, AJ. You do it. And AJ's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not an asshole. And so Gallows and Anderson just start beating. Like, he throws the chair aside. Gallows and Anderson start beating up Roman, and AJ's just like, you know what, whatever. But then the Usos use the chair and beat up AJ. To which then
like, how dare you hit my family? I'd like to hit me first, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, so who's the asshole?
Roman.
It's like I get that, and here's the problem is that WB is not presenting it that way.
Suki.
You
have to know.
Asshole.
You have to remember, Vince McMahon says there are no faces, there are no heels. It is all one. It is all McMahon. There is no face. There is no good guys. There are no bad guys. It is all one.
Can I also say something weird about AJ Styles? Cole is mentioning New Japan, and Cole is mentioning that these three last teams up a year ago in New Japan. It's like, hey, Michael, why don't you mention what happened last time these guys were in the ring in New Japan? No? Okay, cool. Good to know. You're not gonna... Like, you don't have to mention Kenny Omega, but yeah, you could just say, oh, well, they didn't leave on the best terms.
Yeah, but okay. Well, that was like the last thing I had to get out because I came out of Raw last night just mainly kind of confused after all that. So
yeah, you're not the only one, Suki. So yeah.
All right. So all right. Well, then let's go ahead and get things wrapping up here. Get towards getting us out, and let's just go through everybody. Just let the people know where they can find you online. I'm gonna do the opposite I did at the beginning of the show. So Cole,
you can find me at Michael B _96. Damn it! Michael B _96, and this is my garbage can. It's nice.
You want me to recycle the garbage can thing again?
But Chef, this time he's put a nice white picket fence around it. It's made at home.
You know, Suki,
you know what they say? If it ain't white, it's not Kerwin White.
Oh God, we actually are referencing that.
I altered it so if this can't come back to haunt me.
I'm still blowing it up.
Just no. Here's what you do. You put the trash can. You put one.
I'm the editor.
Cole. Yeah, Cole. Let's just leave it. Anyway, so
Dolph Ziggler is the caddy.
All right, so Reese, go ahead.
All right, y'all can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Periscope at RVDinator.
Pinterest.
Fuck Pinterest.
Wait,
I'm what?
Can we find you on Pornhub with that name too?
You could also find my writings over at pwponderings.com. I have a kind of weekly article series. I stopped for a little bit because college got in the way, which is also why I wasn't on the show for a long ass time. But you can find my writings over on there. I read about New Japan and all that crazy stuff, and it's fun and it's awful writing. So please check it out just to make me feel good.
Oh.
That's it.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, my turn. My
Yep,
turn.
yep, Chef, let's go.
All right. You can find me up here. Right here. And Suki, take it away.
All right, so, all right, so everybody, so of course I'm at Tsukisama87 on just about everything. You follow the show here at youtube.com/Otaku Backup, where we definitely appreciate you giving us the views and everything like that, following along with us. Remember to join us for every 2 weeks for these live recordings on livestream.com/OA Wrestling. It's original.livestream.com/OA Wrestling because Livestream decided they had to split their services between two sites. And let's see. So we're recording tonight on the 3rd of May. The next recording is May 17th, 2016. So join us for that. We start at 8:30 Eastern time on those Tuesdays. But anyway, I think with that we've gone through everything. We're taking this about as far as we can go, and we'll just take a look at this. And in fact, I think the next show, because of how quickly they want to turn events around. Next recording is going to be the one right before Extreme Rules.
Oh.
Yeah, there's
And,
only a 3-week build to Extreme Rules.
Huh. And Suki, aren't you going to be in Indianapolis?
Not
around
that
time,
not.
or
Not. I'm going to be in Indianapolis the weekend of the 28th and the 29th.
Oh.
So, the next the recording after that's supposed to be the 31st. I should be back home by then.
All right then.
But
Let's clarify that, people.
Yeah. So we should be on schedule for the next couple of recordings. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, I don't know if anybody who happens to have checked out this show happens to be in the Atlanta area. I'm going to be working like hell. I'm going to be trying like hell to make sure I get damn good seats to NXT and on June 4th here in Atlanta at the Center Stage Theater. So if anybody who watches who listens into the podcast happens to be in the area and is going to be at NXT, hey, I'll see you there.
Make sure you bring an OAW logo sign, Suki.
If you want,
It's not going to be TV taping.
buy Suki tickets, you can send them to me.
Yeah. It's not even, dude. It's not going to be a TV taping, dude.
Oh. Hey, spill something.
Might
Yeah.
a title change.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is that apparently they've pretty much decided to go with for NXT. Doesn't matter if it's just a live event. Absolutely anything can happen. But that's it. That's everything. We do thank you guys for coming by, and we'll see you all on the next one.
Rhino 2016.